I'm-H-A-P-P-Y. I'm-H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm-H-A-P-P-Y.
I know I am, I'm sure I am. He's H-A-P-P-Y.
Well, are you in or out?
I'm thinking.
Well, while you're thinking, would you mind putting your money in? We're short in the kitty again.
All right. All right.
10p? You must have a good hand.
I might have.
Careful, Norman, he might be moving in for the kill. Gaylord Glover, the scourge of the riverboats.
Be quiet, Fig. I know what I'm doing.
Are you sure it was you who wanted to play snap? This is poker.
I know it's poker. I played cards before.
Well, you can't have played very much. You call spades clubs and clubs blackberries.
I get mixed up.
You got mixed up, all right. I wouldn't play poker with him. He'll have your gold fillings.
Would you keep out of this, Figgis? Now, how many cards would you like, Norman?
2.
Right. 2 for you, and I'll take 1. And raise it 20.
20?
Well, are you going to stay in and get your feet wet, or are you going to listen to old Mother Hubbard over there?
No, I'll stay in for 20.
I see. Norman, you do realize that there's over 50p lying on this table, don't you?
Of course he realises. Why do you think his palms are sweating?
I'm not worried.
Well, I don't want to take advantage of you, Norman, and I know we did set a limit of 50p, but if you're not worried, I'm quite prepared to introduce paper money.
Paper money?
Yes, I find it usually sorts out the men from the boys. Of course, if you don't want to stay in.
No, I'll stay in.
Now we're playing poker. Now it's getting interesting.
You shouldn't have done that, Norman. He'll be getting his eye shade out now.
You heard him, Figgis. He said he wasn't worried. You're enjoying it, aren't you, Norman?
Yes.
Feel the adrenaline flowing?
Yes. Are we playing for keeps?
Of course we're playing for keeps. If you want to back out, say so.
No, I don't want to back out. No.
Good. Now, this presents me with a little problem. You could be sitting on a good hand, or you could be bluffing. £5 says you're bluffing.
£5? What should I do, Fig?
It's a bit late to ask me that now. Let's see what your stars say.
Look, we're playing poker, not reading horoscopes.
Well, it won't take a minute. What are you, Norman? No. Don't tell me. You're a Virgo.
No, I'm Aries, the ram.
Are you? Well, you could have fooled me. I mean, you're hardly typical. They're supposed to be commanding, choleric and violent, given to sudden impulses. Doesn't sound like you, Norman.
Well, of course it doesn't, because there's no truth in it.
That's what you think. He could have hidden depths. He's probably going to turn choleric and violent any minute, especially if he loses that £5. After all, he shares his star sign with Vincent van Gogh, the well-known ear slasher. No, I don't think we've seen the real Norman Binns yet, Archie. Now, let's see what it said. And you say there's nothing in it. Listen to this. You'll probably attend a glittering occasion on the 10th of the month. Isn't that when you had your operation?
Well, yes.
There you are, then.
What do you mean, there you are, then? That wasn't a glittering occasion.
Well, what about all those scalpels? I mean, they're not exactly rusty, are they?
Well, you could make anything fit that sort of prediction.
No, wait a minute. There's more. You will experience a minor health problem at the beginning of the month, but do not be depressed. Things will improve. Later, you will have the chance to benefit by someone else's mistakes. If you do not lose your nerve, there will be considerable financial reward. What about that, then? Take my advice, Norman, and plunge. The stars never lie.
The stars never lie. I didn't realize you were so superstitious, Figgis. What do mine say?
What are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
I might have known.
What do you mean?
That's a dark sign to be born under. You share that with Goebbels and Hermann Goering.
Well, that doesn't worry me, Figgis, because I don't believe in it.
It doesn't do to ignore the cosmic forces, Archie. You do that at your peril. Now listen, this is yours. The 20th will bring considerable excitement. Well, that's today. An attractive stranger will involve you in a money-making scheme which goes wrong. That's him.
You're making it up.
No, I'm not.
Well, I might have known I'd get a bad one.
Oh, it gets better towards the end of the month. A complete change of clothes style will make a stunning impact at this time if you have the courage to be different. you will experience some of your most ecstatic moments sexually and emotionally. But you must fight your inhibitions. Take good care of your skin and beware of drastic beauty treatment.
This is a woman's magazine.
Yeah, well, that's all I could find. It's roughly the same. It means you're going to be unlucky at cards and lucky in love.
Poker isn't a matter of luck, Figgis. It's a matter of skill and judgment. And there's my money to prove it.
And there's mine. Right, what have you got?
Well, prepare yourself for a shock, Norman. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King of Hearts, a running flush.
A running flush?
Yes, you don't see them very often. It's something you'll be able to tell your children about.
I never expected that.
I knew you couldn't match it. Let me give you a tip, Norman. When you're bluffing, you have this habit of laying your cards on the table and tapping them with your fingers. It's a little thing, but it does give you away to a regular poker player. I shouldn't take your money, really, but you have to pay for experience.
Oh, that's all right, Archie. A running flush, and all I had was 4 aces.
What? Well, you've won.
Have I? Oh, that's great.
I told you, Archie, it's all in the stars.
Oh, shut up, Figgis. That's just superstition.
You can call it superstitious if you like, but I like to know what the future holds for me, especially around here. After all, you know what we are in here, don't you? We're the kamikaze of the National Health Service. We should go down to that theatre with flags round our heads shouting banzai.
Come on, Fig, it's not as bad as that.
No, it's worse. All they had to do was dive bomb aircraft carriers, and they got geisha girls and sake. We have to do all this on boiled fish and a visit from the WVS.
You been today, Norman?
Been where?
You know where.
No need to worry about him, Gupta. He's an Aries. Prone to pneumonia and looseness of the bowels.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about the stars, Gupta. I always knew there was a bit of the gypsy in you.
Gupta won't scoff. He's from the East. He believes in it. Now, come here, Gupta. Let's have a look at you. At a rough guess, I would say you were Aquarius the water carrier.
I'm not a water carrier. I'm qualified nurse, not Gangadin.
No. You don't understand. I'm talking about your birth sign. When was your birthday?
October 1st. But
Oh, you're a Libra.
really, because I have no time for all this
Salt
nonsense.
of the earth, Libra.
I'm not. Salt of the earth?
Yes. Sign of the scales, well-balanced and intelligent. Mahatma Gandhi was a Libran.
Mahatma Gandhi? He has the same birth sign as me?
Yes, and Brigitte Bardot. They can be very attractive and charming, Librans. Calm, resourceful, take life as it comes.
Oh, well, I suppose there could be some truth in that.
Got today. Our sister's looking for you. Better get moving or she'll be a guts for garters.
Not to worry, Mr. Thorpe. No good getting into a flap. Attractive and charming, eh? Well.
What's the matter with Gupta?
We were talking about the stars, Doctor. He's a Libran.
Stars, Libras, stop nonsense. You have the primitive beliefs of a South Sea Islander, Figgis. I've never known anyone so preoccupied with signs and portents.
It doesn't do to disregard them, Doctor.
Yes, well, do you mind if I examine you, or would you prefer to have your palm read?
I'm surprised you adopt this attitude, Doctor. I mean, after all, astrology was once the cornerstone of medical science.
Nonsense. The fault is not in our stars, dear Figgis, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Act 1, Julius Caesar.
Oh, yes, and what about Beware the Ides of March? Act 2, Julius Caesar. But he wouldn't listen, would he? He ended up with a dozen knives in him.
Yes, well, you're not Julius Caesar, Figgis.
No, I may not be Julius Caesar, but I know how he felt. I'm not right down here. I'm not joined up properly.
Nonsense, you're making an excellent recovery. It's not all these superstitions that have kept you alive. It's an experienced surgeon exercising his skill and ability. I performed this particular operation hundreds of times, and I've never made a mistake yet. Touch wood.
He doesn't give you much bleeding confidence, does he?
It's getting late. And put the lights on, Gupta. All right, I'll see you for £25. Well, what are you hesitating for? You're getting cold feet?
No,
Then what is it then?
you haven't got £25.
I'll write an IOU.
I don't know about that, Archie.
Are you doubting my honesty?
No, it's just I don't want you to get yourself into debt.
Don't worry about that. I know what I'm doing. You're bluffing, aren't you?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
All right, mother's boy. There's £25 that says you're bluffing.
That's not £25, a piece of paper with your writing on it.
Never mind about that. Let's see what you've got. Ha! I thought so. 2 pairs? I knew you were bluffing. Experience was bound to pay off in the end. Now then, feast your eyes on that. A flush, all hearts.
This one's a diamond.
What? Oh, my God!
I told you, Archie, you're wasting your time.
Oh, rubbish.
His star is in the ascendant.
Rubbish.
You still don't believe me, do you? Oh, I wish I'd known my horoscope. They'd never have got me in here. Listen to this. Sagittarius. You will receive several shock waves this month. That's putting it mildly. Strangers will play a large part in your life. Well, they don't come any stranger than you two.
Oh, that could mean anything, Figgis.
All right, what about this? You will meet someone who wants to see more of you. That's Thorpe. He's certainly seen more of me, inside and out. Let caution be your watchword. He may leave you with a sense of loss and feeling depressed. And you say there's nothing in it.
What else does it say?
Only to avoid Gemini, but I don't need to be told that. That's always in direct opposition to Sagittarius.
Look, stop worrying about your stars, Figgis, and come and have a game of cards.
Oh, yes, you know what you're doing, don't you? My stars are worse than yours.
Well, it'll take your mind off it. Here, come on, Fig.
Oh, all right. But just a short game, mind, because I'm not feeling too well.
Now, you best cut for deal.
Oh, my God! That's done it! The 9 of spades! The death card! Oh, I knew I should never have got out of bed.
What's the matter with you, Figgis?
I think he's taken a turn for the worse.
Nonsense. All right, let's have a look at you. It's all right, Figgis. I've consulted the runes. There's nothing to worry about.
How do I know that? I'm being examined by a complete stranger. I don't even know your birth sign.
If it's of any interest, I'm a Gemini.
Gemini! But we're in direct opposition.
I don't need the stars to tell me that, Figgis.
Gemini. The dreaded twins, the split personality. I'm sorry, Doctor, I'm going to have to insist on a second opinion.
Well, since there appears to be 2 of me, I can give you that as well.
Of course you can. The pure Gemini is always changing his outlook. It's the patron sign of egocentrics and the mentally unstable. Excuse me, Doctor, I'm going to ring my GP.
I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am. H-A-P-P-Y.
Are you staying in then, Archie?
Shut up. I'm thinking.
Only if you're staying in, you're short in the kitty.
I know. How much is it now?
£500.
Right, I'm in.
But you haven't got £500.
Neither of you?
Yes, I have. Here you are, £500 in IOUs.
Well, what makes you think I'm going to accept those?
You should do. They're yours.
Are they? Oh, I didn't realize it was so much.
Are you sure you want to go on?
Of course I want to go on.
Would you get me a glass of water, Archie?
Will you be quiet, Roy? I'm concentrating. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll throw that in. That's worth £500 of anyone's money.
Is it gold?
Of course it's gold.
Can't see the hallmark.
Of course you can't. It's worn off. It's been in the family for years. It was a present from Cardinal Wolsey.
Would you get me a drink of water, Norman?
Just a moment, Fig. We've got a big pot here. All right, Archie, I'll take it. As long as you throw in the cufflinks, the gold ones.
I see. Putting the squeeze on, are we? All right, the cufflinks as well. Now, what have you got?
Full house, kings over tens.
I think you've won, Norman. Could I have a glass of water now?
What was that, Roy?
Oh, my God, you might show a bit of concern. Here I am fighting for my life, and all I can see in your eyes is pure animal bloody greed.
But you don't understand. I've never had this sort of money before. I'll be able to buy myself a little car, perhaps go abroad for a week.
I've never had such a bad run.
I told you, Archie, the stars are against you. You're lucky it's only cards and not your health.
I'll never believe that. If I go on playing long enough, I'm bound to win.
If you play any longer, you'll be down to your underpants.
How is Jacobson?
Temperature is down.
Excellent. So much for the stars. How are you feeling, Figgis?
Oh, not too good, Doctor. I think I'm entering the crisis stage.
Nonsense, you're not entering the crisis stage. You're doing fine. It's just your mental attitude that's wrong. What's this?
It's my solar disc.
Solar disc?
It brings health, wealth, and happiness. It gives special protection to the heart and lungs. I thought I'd slip it on under the circumstances.
You don't need a solar disc. All you need is a few antibiotics. What is this?
It's my jovial thigh band. Jove or Jupiter governs the arteries and thighs. It's the ruling planet of Sagittarius, the huntsman. That's me. And of course, huntsmen need strong leg muscles.
You're not a huntsman, Figgis. You're a lorry driver. What's that noise? I thought I could hear bells.
It's my Uranian ankle protector. It's for courage. I think I'll need it.
Good God, man, you're dressed up like a Christmas tree. Get that thing off him at once, Gupta.
Do you think that's wise?
What?
They seem to be doing him good.
Don't you start.
He's right, Doctor. I've read your horoscope. I need all the help I can get.
What are you talking about?
Well, listen to this. Listen, Doctor. You will be particularly ineffective this month, and your professional career will receive a setback. A visit to the theatre will end in disappointment. Who for? That's what I want to know.
Let me see that. I see my love life is going to take an upward swing later in the month. That should be fun. And I'm advised to use bold colours, deep reds and purples. I must look them out. Take my advice, Figgis, and stop reading this rubbish. Get him down to room 4 this afternoon. I want to have a good look at him. And keep him away from my horoscope.
Of course, Mr. Thorpe. Which one are you?
I'm Gemini.
Oh, only Gemini. I'm Libra.
Well, there's no need to be so smug about it, Gupta.
How much is it now?
1,000, Archie.
My God.
I don't think I shall go to the Costa Brava. I think I'll go to the Riviera instead.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. All you've got there is a few bits of paper, a pair of cufflinks, and Cardinal Wolsey's ring. That won't take you very far.
Don't you worry, Roy. I'm good for the money.
Oh, don't be a fool, Archie.
No, just keep out of this, Fig. Come on, Norman, deal the cards.
My God, here am I lying in a bed of pain, and all you two can think about is cards. It's indecent gambling when a bloke's sick.
There's nothing wrong with you, Fig.
I don't know so much about that. They want me down in room 4 this afternoon. Thorpe's going to give me a thorough examination. Why does it have to be him? I asked for a Capricorn, but they wouldn't listen.
Come on, my dear Figgis. It's time for your examination.
All right, take your time, take your time. Just pass me that dressing gown, will you? And that magazine. I shall need something to read. Oh, and that packet of ginger nuts. If we're down there a long time, I shall want something to eat. And that bottle of barley water, I shall get thirsty. Oh, my God! What a bleeding clumsy thing to do.
It wasn't my fault.
Well, it wasn't mine. I didn't drop it.
It wasn't my fault, I tell you. Do this, do that, come here, go there. Who do you think you are giving orders?
Well, I'm sorry. Pardon me for living. Don't worry. I know better than to give orders round here. After all, I'm just a patient. Well, don't just stand there. Get it cleaned up before someone slips and breaks his bleeding neck.
God, I'm sick of this place, and I'm sick of you, Figgis. I'm sick, sick, sick.
You sure he's a Libran? Good-natured and happy-go-lucky?
Well, I must admit it wasn't a typical reaction. Either Mars has moved into his solar house or his curry was too hot at lunchtime.
And how are you, Figgis?
Not so good, Doctor. I think I'm weakening.
There's nothing wrong with your appetite. I understand you consumed a packet of ginger nuts out there.
I've got to keep my strength up for the coming ordeal.
Well, I'll do my best for you, Figgis, but I'm afraid I'm just a mere Gemini.
I thought you didn't believe in it.
There are more things under heaven and earth, Horatio.
Quite.
And if we have these elemental powers at our disposal, I think we should use them. I've been cynical for far too long, Figgis. Your simple faith has opened my eyes. Now, let's see where the trouble is, shall we?
What's that?
What?
That?
Oh, this. This is a lunar pendulum.
Well, what does it do?
It seeks out disease. Now, don't worry, we'll soon find the base of the trouble.
Couldn't I have an X-ray?
X-rays don't tell us everything, Figgis. You've had enough X-rays. Time to give the lunar pendulum a chance.
Well, how does it work?
Well, when it encounters disease, it becomes agitated, just like you, Figgis. It's rather like water divining. Ooh, see that, Figgis? That's where the trouble lies, deep in the bowels. My goodness, it looks bad. I think we'll have to go in.
Go in? You mean you're thinking of operating again? I thought you were going to give me a few antibiotics.
Don't worry, Figgis. I've consulted my horoscope. Mercury has gone into my solar house and is in conjunction with Mars. The time has come for a bold stroke. Don't you agree?
No, I don't.
But I thought you believed in the stars.
I do, but I'm not having a second opinion from a bleeding pendulum. Anyway, I feel much better. It was probably just wind. It's all right, I'll walk back, get the blood circulating. How's it going?
I'm still winning.
Of course you are. It's in the stars.
Well, they're not exactly infallible, are they, Figgis? I see you've recovered the use of your legs.
You know what got these moving, mate? Nervous energy. I've just been with Thorpe. He's a Gemini, all right. Talk about a split personality. He struts around this hospital professing to be a man of science, and he's down there acting like Merlin the magician. Couldn't get out there fast enough.
Look, never mind about that now. Come on, Norman, deal the cards, deal the cards.
Don't you think you've lost enough, Archie?
I'm not stopping now. I must win soon. It's the law of averages.
But you've been saying that all week. The bankruptcy courts are full of people who believe in the law of averages.
Norman, will you deal the cards?
But you've got nothing left to play for, Archie. You owe me £2,000.
As much as that? Right. Double or quits. One cut of the cards, ace high.
Don't be a fool, Archie.
But that means you're going to owe me £4,000.
I know that. Do you see this? This is the lease on my flat. And that's worth 4,000 of anyone's money.
Archie!
A flat, a place of my own, and a car, and a holiday abroad.
You haven't won yet.
It's in the stars. I can't lose, can I, Roy?
No, you can't lose. Just don't look so pleased about it.
We'll see. The three of spades. Well, that's it. I'm all washed up.
I did warn you, Archie.
I'm sorry, Archie. The two? Huh?
What?
I've lost.
I've won! I've won! I told you so! It's the law of averages! Well, so much to the stars!
I've lost £2,000. My holiday, my car, my cufflinks, and Cardinal Wolsey's ring, and it's all your fault, Figgis. You and your stars! If you ever mention them to me again, I'll murder you!
Now then, what's your explanation for this?
Well, I must have got it wrong. Well, that's finished me. It's not the stars I have trouble with. It's people. They're so unpredictable. Do me a favour, Archie. If I mention astrology again, hit me with a bedpan. I've said my last word on the subject. Never again. Mind you, did you see him? Choleric, violent. That was a typical Aryan reaction.
Figgis! You're doing it again. And don't you ever learn it was a law of averages? That's why I won.
Well, since you've won, perhaps I can have my solar disc
What?
back. I slipped it in there when you weren't looking. I thought you needed a bit of luck. Worked too, didn't it?
I'm H-A-P-P-Y, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. Yes, I'm H-A-P-P-Y, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. Oh yes, I'm H-A-P-P-Y.